Hello, what's up, everybody? And I want to walk you through a scenario in which you may find yourself in. Now, a quick question that was posed to me was, what would I do if I was in a scenario in which I had no money and I needed to create some cash flow and do it quickly? So the solution was, I'll kind of briefly walk you through what was going on. I was approached by a gentleman, a friend of mine, who was recently terminated from his job. And in the meantime, what he did was he, created some side hustles for himself, and he also went and applied for some other jobs. And typically when people have a disruption of their employment, either they got terminated, they decided to leave on their own, then their first initial thought is to go and apply for another job. And that's not out of the ordinary. That's actually highly recommended, because that's that's what we're used to, and it makes us feel comfortable. However, I'm going to give you a sort of an alternative point of view in this scenario. Well, first, let me start by saying this, just sort of an ethics disclosure. On my channel, or in anything that I review or any information that I share, is never going to be a situation where I've never done it. So you will never, and I repeat, never hear something that comes out of my mouth that I have never done personally myself. I have not either have previously tried and have given enough a reasonable amount of time to develop an opinion about it. 3 months, 90 days, enough time to at least have a substantial point of view and not just go out and blindly recommend something. So I think that's important, that anytime you come across content that's either sponsored, then there's always a motive behind that. Or I think about, well, why is somebody promoting a product or something that either they have never used or they've never given enough time to have a substantial amount of a review about that. So what would I do if I was in a situation like this gentleman, and I had like recently been either terminated, or I find myself underemployed and I need to make some extra income? If you were in that situation, what would you do? If I was in that situation, out of everything that I've experienced, here's what I would do. And this is a true story. So where there's a need, there is an opportunity. And Brother Dre, shout out to Andre C. Hatchett, who makes a comment that says, if you need money, then you should be in a needs-based business. And this is something that I wholeheartedly agree with. So let's take, for example, if you had zero cash and you needed to make money, you need to create some type of cash flow. What would you do? How would you generate that? Here's what I would do. And again, I make the claim, or I will openly share, that I will never make a recommendation on something that I have never done personally myself, and I can't speak on it, or I can't at least speak intelligently about it. So here's what I would do. Given the fact that you will innately want to go out and apply for more jobs, more work, and then give yourself another job, another task, here's what I would do. I would immediately improve my skill. So I'll give you a quick example. If you need money, then be in a needs-based business. Let's kind of go with that for a second. So if somebody needed their lawns to be cut, I'm outside sitting on my porch right now, and I'm looking around and I see, some nice manicured lawns. But if I would just drive around the neighborhood, or at least go around the neighborhood, and if somebody needed something to be done, I would go out and do it, and ask them to pay me in exchange for it. And therefore you have found something that someone needed, and then they would pay you in exchange. Now let's relate this to the notary industry. If I was a notary public and I needed to make cash and I didn't have any cash flow right now, what would I do? Here's what you could do. In the same sense, you don't even really need a notary commission to go ahead and do this, what I'm getting ready to share with you. And just to be clear, I will not ever, never recommend something that I have never done myself. I know there's a lot of people who have different opinions about that. We get, full transparency, we get invited or we get approached by brands, and we get approached by people who want us to endorse, their products and their services. But again, being fully transparent, I will never recommend something or recommend you do something that I have not personally done myself, or I haven't at least given it enough time, or I've tried it for at least an extended period of time so that I could intelligently recommend it to you and speak to you about the subject, and at least share with you how it's done, or how at least I had success with it. Okay, so what would I do if I had zero money and I needed to make cash, or I needed to make some type of cash flow, and I needed to do it quickly? Here's what I would do. Okay, first thing I would do is think about, instead of going to go get another job or give myself another task, I would immediately think about skills, thinking about improving, elevating my skills. And here's a skill that I would immediately improve, and I'm going to share with you why. And I'll also share with you how I did it. Okay, the ability to influence sales. That would be the number one skill I would immediately go after. And here's where you can go and do that. YouTube, right? There's a lot of people with channels on YouTube, and they share a lot of different information. But there's specifically the ability to convert a person who's looking for something into a sale. So how does that relate to notary? Here's how. I would immediately set up a Google business page. First step. Second step, I would put my phone number onto that Google page. See, I always talk about how you should have a second business phone separate from your personal cell phone. See, I'm on a phone right now, and I also have my personal phone right here. But if you have zero cash and you needed to make some money fast, here's what I would do. The first thing I would do, I would set up a Google business page. Number one, all right, the name of the city, and then the service that I perform. Miami Notary, or Cleveland Notary, or Uptown Manhattan Notary. And then that business page, I would link that to my personal phone number, because again, I don't have the cash to go out and get a second phone number, at least not yet. That's what I would do. Simultaneously, while I'm posting up the Google business page, the second thing I would do is I would continuously watch videos, or study videos, or study people who are really great in this area. People like TOLEDO, people like Andre C. Hatchett, people who post content about sales and about how to convert, or if you're selling cars, or you're selling lawn services, or whatever you're selling, customer service, I would set up a Google business page. That's the connection between the customer and you. And then I would have a period of time where I could improve my ability to deliver sales in that particular market. So let me give you an example. I post up a Google business page, and then I connect it to my phone number. And then when people call and they need notary services, I would then secure that lead, that person. I would charge that person, and then I would go out and find the notary to go out and execute the notary appointment. What up, London? Hey, feel free to jump in here if you want to, man. You can send me the invite, and I'll let you in. I'm not going to be on here for too long. I got to go meet with my Google Ads expert, my Google account expert. And by the way, I'm making these recommendations because these are things that I've actually done. So just to keep it real simple, here's what I would do. Set up a Google business page, connect it to my phone number, and when people call for notary or people need something signed, I would secure that lead. I would ask them, where do you live? Who's signing the document? Do you have valid ID? Again, that's me watching videos online or on YouTube of how to increase my sales ability, and then also my negotiation, my persuasion, my influential skills. I would secure that person, send them an invoice, because I may not have all of these automated services set up yet. I may not have all these automated processes set up. I would get them to pay me, and then I would go out and find a notary to go out and execute those assignments. Now, let's just say, hey, man, I'm a notary. I can go out and do it. Sure, you can. But you may be in the process or busy looking for other work. Remember, you are busy, just got terminated or just lost your job or just decided to switch industries, and now you're looking for some immediate cash flow. Immediate, like right now, today, not tomorrow. This is a true scenario that I shared with a gentleman who approached me recently, and he asked me about what I could do to get some income. And I told him, if I were in your shoes, this is exactly what I would do. I would set up a Google business page. I would connect my phone number, and then I would find these leads. And then, because the leads would pay me, I would then go out and find the notaries to go out and execute these jobs. So that's a real quick scenario on what I would do if I needed cash now. And again, I will never recommend something that I've never done. This is something that I have done. This is something that many people may be a little bit hesitant to do, but trust me, it works. I'm going to share with you how it worked for me. About 2 years ago, there's a situation where, as you all know, I've been a California commission notary for some years now. But when my commission was up for renewal, it took exactly 82 days for the commission to come through. So for a period of 82 days, I could not sign documents. In that time, this is where my notary agency did 100% of the work. TOLEDO talks about how even if you are a commissioned notary, you should be building an agency. You should be always recruiting other notaries. And this is a practice that I put into place. And because I've done that, it actually helped me a lot. So this is a skill that I would highly recommend. Hey, what up? I would strongly recommend building up your ability to convert sales, because during that time, people were still calling me. My phone was still ringing, and when people would call me, I would ask them, "Hey, where do you live? Are you the person signing a document? What type of ID do you have? Okay, sounds like we can help you. Here's the next step. We're going to send you a confirmation email. We'll send you a link. You're going to pay for it, and tell us the time, tell us your name, tell us your location, and any other details. You're going to pay for it, and then a notary will show up to your house. And then once they paid for it, then you don't go find a notary before they go pay for it. Once they pay for it, then you go out and secure another notary. Hey, I'll call around. Hey, I got a single signature document, or I've got a power of attorney at the hospital, or I've got a LLC agreement, whatever the document is, whatever it is. I've got a 1:00 appointment at the airport or near the airport at this time. Will you be available? Pays $50. And then they say either yes or no. So we got a garbage truck that's coming down the street right now, so it's about to get really loud. This is right about the time where I'm finishing off. I just want to thank you guys again for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or you'd like to learn more about what we offer in terms of notary services. Garbage truck is going by. But at the same time, later on today, we want to learn more about what we do for notaries all around the country and even the world. We have notaries that are in Kuwait, notaries that are in South America, and people that we've helped internationally. If you want to learn more and see a little bit more about the people who we work with, we're actually going to be doing an interview with one of our really close members this evening at 3:00 West Coast time, 6:00 East Coast time on YouTube. It's going to be on the Notary Insights live show. It's a great show hosted by myself and TOLEDO. We have a special guest today, Jessica, and we're going to have a great conversation, man. So again, leave some comments below. leave some comments in the comment section if you guys have any questions about what I discussed today, and feel free to send us a subscribe on YouTube to watch the show later on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go meet with my Google Ads expert, and this is something, again, I was at the Google business page, I was connected to my phone, and then I will take the phone calls, man. So hopefully you guys have a great day, and hopefully this helps you guys.